Don't miss it again. Welcome to another episode on Realities of Life.
Welcome to the Realities of Life series.
Welcome to today's episode. And we want to look at a topic that says opportunity. It's always said that opportunity comes but once. Well, I've been hearing that. I believe you've been hearing that as well. But then, I think opportunity comes many times anyway. But sometimes we miss it. If you have a look at one of the books I just wrote recently, Facing the Realities of Life, we see some of the quotes I wrote there. One of them is that opportunities are released in the air for only the eyes that can see and the mind that can ponder. So every time opportunity comes up, I pray that God will help you see it, locate the opportunity. Well, the next question is, what do we mean when we say opportunity? It simply means a chance for advancement, a chance for success, an appropriate or favorable time to act. An occasion or a situation that makes it possible for you to advance or to do what you have to do or to say what you need to say. That's it. Most times we have such times come, such situations, such occasions, such favorable times, they come. But most times we don't really realize. We miss it. And when we miss it, it becomes another thing. I want to tell us that if you look very well, I have tried to ponder why people miss opportunities so much. And I've come to find out that some of the things responsible is that some of us, we are not alert to know when the opportunity is there. Some of us are careless and carefree. Sometimes you may be in a gathering and people are laughing. You may meet somebody, you may be 2, and you are sharing something and people are laughing. You may not know that a point has been made, a word, an information has been released. But because the person is carefree or careless, the person wouldn't know. Then another thing that affects people is that anger. When you are angry, there might be an opportunity, but because you're angry, you feel, I don't have time for that. You walk out. And then you walk out on people, whereas if you had stayed back, you would have gained something. Another thing that affects people is what we call laziness. Sometimes people are too lazy to act, too lazy to move, too lazy to wake up and do something. They miss opportunity. Another thing is what we call pride. It takes pride for somebody to keep walking out on people, neglecting people, looking down on everybody. Whereas when you have opportunity to learn, and when pride meets with a man, he wouldn't allow the person to acquire new skill, gain more knowledge, and move into dimensions the person doesn't know about. So it affects many people because sometimes you feel, who is even talking? Where am I going to acquire knowledge from? Who is going to teach the skill? And when you look at it, you don't know everything. You know some things, and some people know other things. You just bend down, humble yourself, and learn more. So it makes people miss opportunities. One thing is that I've as well discovered that mindset affects people depending on the environment from where you are coming. If you come from a mediocrity environment, it will make you reasoning will be shallow. But there's a kind of environment you will come from. It will open your eyes and make you sharper to really catch up with any moment, because every moment is an opportunity for you to act. And I have seen that some people see they are very negative, and so they always see difficulty in every opportunity. So when there's opportunity, they see difficulty. But the positive people, when there is difficulty, they see opportunity. That's the difference. Okay, for example, there was a story of what happened in a company, and they were sent. This company, they produce shoes, So 2 people were sent to go and check a particular community to know whether they're going to sell shoes there. One person came and gave the report. What's the report? The report is that, these people, nobody wears shoe there. So, the market will not be good there. So let's cancel it and go for another person. That was the person's report and advice. Then the other person, when the other person came, the report said, he said, I noticed that nobody wears shoe there. And I think that will be a very wonderful place for us to explore. Because they don't have shoe, we have enough market there. Can you see it? So the other person sees difficulty, and the other person is seeing opportunity. So check out. I want to tell you, in that difficult situation where you are, where you have found yourself in, come on, there's an opportunity. Look very well. That's why I say opportunity comes all the time. But it's meant for only eyes that are sharp to see and know what's going on. I want to encourage you and tell you, anytime you see something, anytime that something happens and there is a prompt in you to act, to speak, to help, to sing, to do anything, don't keep quiet. Say it in a very good, presentable way. I have seen people many times, after an occasion, after a gathering, they will come out and say, I would have said this. I wanted to say this before. I wanted to act. I wanted to help. And at the end of the day, you say, why didn't you help? People keep regretting. I would have said, stop regretting this. Start immediately to avail every opportunity, because it doesn't come all the time. But as many times as it comes, Abraham sat in his house and he immediately saw 3 people. They were angels. Immediately he saw them. He said, this is under the heat of the sun. These people need water. They need food. He beckoned on them and said, can you just come in and have a rest before? And they came in, the 3 angels, they came. He gave them food and the drink, cake and everything. When they finished eating, you know what they said? Where's your wife? Call your wife. And it was that call that they pronounced, watch out, in the next season, you're going to carry a baby. That was when the miracle came. He didn't miss the opportunity. I want to encourage you, stop missing your opportunity, because opportunity is everywhere. There was a time, some people were asked, we needed a face cap. And some people they don't know a face cap, they don't use it. Another person went and said, you did not explain to them the importance of face cap to shade them from sun. The same place the person said nobody wanted to buy. Another person went there and explained the importance of face cap. You know what? They rushed the face cap and it wasn't even enough. What am I saying? Where somebody is in difficulty in an opportunity, somebody in a difficulty is in opportunity. Which one are you seeing now? Opportunity comes every day. Help, because somebody you have helped may be the person you will stand on to climb tomorrow. Help, when it is time for you to really pray for somebody, pray. If it's time for you to bring in somebody and then give a gift, help somebody, speak the truth and so on, come on, go on, keep doing it. Don't say that. And anytime it's your opportunity to learn, bend down, learn. What you are learning today may be the point that will lift you tomorrow. Opportunity comes but once, and they come many times as well, but only for the people that are alert. Sometimes when you are being told something, exercise patience, listen carefully. Out of the nonsenses you may think, you will get a sense there. It's an opportunity. Stop missing opportunity. Always have the time to bend down, look at people, know what they want. One more story. One guy was at the airport and he met one man. It was at the airport and the man was trying to make a call and there was no network. And the man was just saying, hey, network, you know. Immediately, it dawned on the other young man side. He said, well, it's like you are struggling with your phone. I have network in mine. Do you mind using my phone? And the man said, well, the call is very important to me. If that's the case, let me use it. And he used the phone. Do you know what? After using the phone of that young man, he now asked the man, so what do you do for a job? But the one said, I don't have anything. I just went for an interview and I'm traveling back. He said, okay, do you mind if you have job now? Do you want to do, what did you study? This and that and that. And at the end, he gave him complimentary card and told him to meet him somewhere. He never knew that the man he helped at the airport was a CEO of a big company. From there, he now went to meet that man. And from there, he got a job that placed this man in a higher, very high position. Do you know what? At that moment, there was a prompt in him. Give him, why not ask him whether he can use your phone? It was an opportunity. He didn't miss it. You know, sometimes God will be telling you, say this, help this, say this, do this, act like you'll be saying after, later. And at the end of the day, you miss it again. That's why we say, don't miss it again. Look, can you just look around you? If you look around you, you will see there are opportunities left for you. Stop complaining. In the same place, people are crying, some people are rejoicing. Be one of those that are rejoicing. Opportunity is by your corner. Don't miss it again. God bless you for listening. And see you again in the next episode. Okay? Remember to always subscribe, to always share, and to always do what? Like. Thank you.
We hope that you've been richly blessed by this episode of the Realities of Life series.